Hey, what's going on, Dodgers Nation? D-Mac here. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DMac_LA. Should the Dodgers go after Nick Castellanos? We're going to get into that in just a second. But quick reminder for all latest Dodgers news and rumors, be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and if you want to see us post even more Dodgers content, smash that like button. It really helps out the channel. And as always, I want your takes down below in the comment section. Today's Dodgers Nation question of the day. Do you want to see the Dodgers sign Nick Castellanos? And how many hats or jerseys would you give him on the Dodgers Dream Free Agent Meter? Let me know down below. And for all latest Dodgers news, head over to DodgersNation.com. So I've had a lot of you ask me about Nick Castellanos. D-Mac, should the Dodgers sign Nick Castellanos? Well, first and foremost, let's get caught up on the Castellanos rumors before the MLB lockout began. John Morosi tweeted out, free agent Nick Castellanos is drawing interest from the Marlins and San Francisco Giants, among others, as I reported a short time ago on MLB Network. Castellanos, 29, is a graduate of Archbishop McCarthy High School in Southwest Ranches, Florida, about 25 miles from Lone Depot Park. Then John Heyman, he tweeted out before the lockout as well, Marlins maintained interest in star free agent outfielder Nick Castellanos, a local product with a big price tag for them. Not impossible. And John Morosi also mentioned that the Phillies are interested in Nick Castellanos. He tweeted out, source, the Phillies have had recent contact with reps for free agent Nick Castellanos. Of course, Dave Dombrowski was Tigers president/GM when Castellanos was Detroit's top pick in 2010. So those are the three teams that have been most commonly linked with Nick Castellanos: the San Francisco Giants, the Miami Marlins, and the Philadelphia Phillies. Now, should the Dodgers get in the mix for Nick Castellanos? Well, if there was going to be no DH in the National League, I would say that's a pass for me. But you are going to have the designated hitter in the National League next season, and the fact that he had such a great year in 2021, the DH is coming to the NL just in the nick of time for Nick Castellanos, and because of that, it's going to open up his market even more. Now, MLB trade rumors, they project that he's going to get a 5-year, $115 million contract. So he's going to cost more than $100 million if you're going to bring him in. And also, he's going to cost a draft pick. The Reds, they extended him the qualifying offer after he opted out of the final 2 years of his contract. They owed him $34 million, but he opted out. And it really was a no-brainer decision for him after the year he had in 2021. But we're going to talk about if the Dodgers should sign him in just a second. We're going to break out the Dodgers free agent meter. But first, you know I bring my facts to the fight, so let's take a deep dive into Nick Castellanos. Nicholas Alexander Castellanos. Big dude, 6'4", weighs in at 203 pounds. Well, it was a career year for him in 2021. Career highs across the board. He had 309, 362, 576, had a 939 OPS, hit 38 doubles, 1 triple, 34 home runs, 100 RBIs, finished 12th in MVP voting. Also had career highs in WOBA at 391, isolated power at 267. He posted a 140 WRC+. That was good for 13th in all of Major League Baseball. He had a 340 batting average on balls in play. That was good for 15th. So a great year for Nick Castellanos in 2021. He also lowered that strikeout rate just a bit. For his career, he has a 23% K percentage. Last season, a 20.7 K percentage. Also, just slightly increased that walk percentage, a 6.6 career walk percentage to 7%. That is still below league average. Doesn't take a lot of walks. He is really a true slugger in that sense, but a great bounce back here because he had an average year in 2020. Had a 100 WRC+, that's league average, and also had that high K percentage at 28.5%. But when it comes to the 2020 season, it doesn't carry much weight as far as individual statistics goes for me because, look, a 60-game season, he could have broke out of that in a full 162. Now, since the start of the 2019 season, here are his MLB ranks with a minimum of 1,000 plate appearances. He slashed 287, 341, 539, has an 880 OPS. That's good for 21st in all of Major League Baseball. 366 WOBA, that's good for 26th. A 252 isolated power, that's good for 20th. 75 home runs, that's good for 23rd. 327 BABIP, that's good for 27th. His walk percentage, not impressive. 6.8%, that's 129th in the league. And his K percentage at 22.3% is the 59th highest. a 125 WRC plus. That's good for 40th. Now, if you look at his career splits, they're very interesting. He has an 893 OPS against lefties and a 790 OPS against righties, but most of his home runs have come against right-handed pitching, 117 to 51, and most of his doubles as well, 216 to 62. And last season, he punished lefties and righties. In 2021, he had a 936 OPS against righties. He had 24 home runs, had 27 doubles, and 72 RBIs. And then against southpaws, he had a 945 OPS, hit 10 home runs, and had 28 RBIs and 11 doubles. So as a right-handed hitter, he hits lefties and righties and hits righties for more power. Now, if you look at his 2021 MLB percentile rankings, he was in the 61st percentile in average exit velocity, the 83rd percentile in max exit velocity, the 79th percentile in hard hit percentage, the 87th percentile in expected WOBA, the 93rd percentile in expected batting average, the 91st percentile in expected slug, the 70th percentile in barrel percentage, the 54th percentile in K percentage, the 25th percentile in walk percentage, and then the 15th percentile in whip percentage. So you see the chase rate also and the 5th percentile. Those aren't numbers you want to see, but like I said, he is a slugger, the 65th percentile in sprint speed, and then you see right here the 6th percentile in outs above average. And his -6 outs above average, that places him 221st in all of Major League Baseball. But look, you're not signing Castellanos for his defense, you're signing him for his offense. And don't forget, the National League is going to likely adopt the designated hitter next season. So if you sign Nick Castellanos, you can use him as your DH if you're a National League club. You couldn't do that in the past, save for the 2020 season, of course. Now, other thing that concerns me when it comes to Nick Castellanos is those home road splits, because Castellanos was a beast at the Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati, and that ballpark has been a bandbox for right-handed hitters. Last season in 2021 at the Great American Ballpark, Castellanos posted 1109 OPS and slugged .702, hit 23 dingers in 290 plate appearances. And then on the road, he was far less beastly. He slashed .260, .319, .454, hit 11 bombs in 295 plate appearances. So is he a Great American Ballpark merchant? That's another question. So yes, those numbers are a little glaring, but I do think he'll still be able to produce wherever he eventually ends up signing. So I think the big thing for Nick Castellanos is he hits this market when you're going to have the DH in the National League. So that DH is coming just in the nick of time for Nick Castellanos. So first things first, you know what we have to do? Let's break out the Dodgers free agent meter. Now for Nick Castellanos, if they were to sign him to a 5-year, $115 million deal, something in that range, $23 million per season, I'd give him a 3 Dodger hats. Solid, let's ride. I like the Dodgers organization. I value that positional versatility, the ability to play on both sides, to play defense, and he just doesn't provide that. Also, you see those home road splits, but definitely solid, let's ride. He provides that power, and also he provides that passion. A lot of people out there, including myself, want to see a new look Dodgers, want to see some more passion in that dugout. Look, we don't always have to be Mr. Nice Guys in that Dodgers dugout, and Nick Castellanos, if you saw him last year, he is a player that plays with passion. He brings it. He wants to win. He's got some star power. He earned his first career All-Star selection last season, and I think he would instantly become a fan favorite. So those are some pros. Some other cons: one, he's a Scott Boras guy. So Scott Boras, you know how he feels about his clients. You saw what he had to say about Nick Castellanos, about St. Nick, and we're going to see who was naughty or nice. So you know he's going to try to get him a big bag. And then also, the Dodgers do have A.J. Pollock in left field. He had a breakout season in the regular season and in the postseason. Yes, he is a little older at this stage of his career, 34 years old next season, and Pollock is entering the last year of that 5-year, $60 million contract that he signed with the Dodgers back in 2019, a contract that has really been a pretty strong contract at the end of the day when you saw how productive he was last season. So if he can have a final really solid year, that would bode well for the Dodgers, but LA could potentially trade him. That's definitely an option, but I will say he's very popular within that Dodgers clubhouse, and if the Dodgers did sign Castellanos, you know they would want to use him at that DH spot the majority of the time, and if you do that, that means you can't use Justin Turner there, and we know that JT is no spring chicken, and we were all excited about having the DH in the National League so we could preserve him for the postseason, and he doesn't run out of gas like we saw him do last year. And even if it's not Justin Turner, you want to maintain some flexibility with that DH spot just to move things around and give guys some rest and just mix it up, and also just keep the opposing team guessing as well. So that's another thing you want to consider. So I don't hate the idea of Castellanos on the Dodgers, but I can't say that I love it. But if they were to make that move, I think you would have to find a way to trade A.J. Pollock and see if you could get Castellanos to play a competent left field and just to see him do his best, because you can't have him have all those DH reps, because I want to see that position mixed around. But let me know down below in the comment section. Do you want to see Castellanos on the Dodgers? Let me know down below. And how many hats would you give him on the Dodgers dream free agent meter? Like I said, I love his attitude. I love that spark he provides, but not just the best fit for this team. But let me know down below. My name is D-Mac. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DMac_LA. For all things Dodger baseball, be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. And if you want to see us post even more Dodgers content, smash that like button. Really helps out the channel. And until next time, think blue, bleed blue, and I'm out.